it will show this type of consent screen message. Okay. Hello friends, in this video we will be implementing the Admob add consent screen for our Godot project, and so a lot of you guys have been requesting for this video tutorial, and here it is. So let's start. First of all, let me tell you what does it mean by Admob add consent. So in some of the specific part of the world, we need to show a consent screen for those users in those kind of specific areas. For example, the users of European economy area, they will be shown a message that asking them that the Admob wants their consent to use some of their private data to show them the personalized ad, and if they click on the consent, then they will be shown the personalized ad, and if they don't click on the consent, then they won't be shown those personalized ad. So some of those areas that where the Admob consent screen is shown are these areas that lying in the European economy area and some of the United States. And the consent screen that will be shown at first, generally at first when they open the app for the first time, is this type of screen they will be shown, and it will just explain them everything about the ad consent, and they are to click on the consent or do not consent for that personalized ad. And that's about the ad consent. And first of all, we need to make this consent screen ourselves from Admob account. So let's make the consent screen. So let's go to our Admob account first. So I'm in my Admob account right now. So this is the home screen, and first of all, you want to go to the privacy and messaging. Okay, and after you go to privacy and messaging, you will see this kind of UI here. So I've already actually made the consent screen for EEA areas and United States regulations. So if you haven't made it, so you can just click on create. Right now I can only click on the manage. So let me show you what I have done. So I will click on the manage. Okay, so you might need to click on the create, and I've already created a message. So if I want to make a new one, I can create one. So just for the sake of this tutorial, I'll just show you what kind of message it is. So I'll just click here. So you guys might have to just click on create, and you guys will be taken to this screen. So it's loading. So let's wait a little bit amount of time, and that's what it is. So we'll see this type of screen. You guys also will be seeing this type of screen. So they will be shown this type of message. Okay, consent, message options, and other things. You can include other options also. Do not consent option you can include. You can include close, do not consent options, and you can also style your message. So right now, after you have shown this account, this form or the message, you might have to click on the apps. Okay, so that to include the message on the app, in which app you want to show the consent screen, and you just click on your apps in which you want to show the people the consent. Yeah. And next one is so for me, I have just included a test app for this tutorial, and you might also need to make a privacy policy web page for the app to include. Okay, so if you haven't made the privacy policy, then you cannot test it out. So you need to make your own privacy policy for the app. So I've already made it, and I've included here I added the URL of the privacy policy. And after that, you need to click on this add deployment, and after that you can confirm it. And after you have confirmed, then you are good to go. Then you need to click on the publish. Okay, so for me it's publish change, so I haven't changed anything. So I will not click it. So for your case, you guys might have to click on publish. So let me go back here, and this is the message, and it just says published, and it will say publish. Okay, so it might take some time to get published, 1 hour or a day, I don't know, but after that only you will see the message. Okay, and next let me go to the privacy and messaging again. So that one is for the European economy area, And you might want to create for the United States regulation also. You do the same thing, go on the create. Okay, I will just click on the manage, and this will be the message for the United States one. Okay, allow sale or sharing my data, like this, and publish. Okay, and also include that app. Okay, your app. And that's how you create the consent message first. Okay, so let me go back to the home, and after that you might want to go to the app. Okay, and if you haven't created, you need to create your app. Okay, so that's what I wanted to tell you. And let's go back to our project then. So if we have made our message, so let's go back to our project. So this is the project that I just created. I have installed the Android build template here. Okay, the latest one. So I'm using the Godot version 4.5.1. Make sure it's the latest one so that it's works. Okay, and next right now in my main scene I've got nothing. Okay, let me show you the 2D screen. So it has a label and it says add consent, and nothing is here. So I will show you the script also, the main GD. So nothing is here right now. Yeah, and let me just run it and show you guys how does it look like in the mobile phone. So if I click on the play message, if I click on the play button, you can see this type of screen in my computer. And let me just show you in my real phone also. So let me just deploy the code. Okay, for my phone, just click on here. So it's building. The app is been building, and I think it has been built. Yeah, it's running on my phone, and I will show you from my what is it called, this one, phone link. Okay, so I think it's running in my phone. Let me see first. Okay, it's running, so I will show you here. Click on the phone link and I'll open the phone screen. Okay, that's what we see here, add consent, and that's it. Let me close it. Okay, so it's running, our project is running in our mobile phone also. So now let's add the Admob plugin to our project. So let me go to the asset library, and here I will search for Admob, ADMOB Admob, and we will be using the Admob Android Admob plugin that is by Cengiz-Pz. Okay, so let me click here. So this guy makes a really cool plugin and very easy to use. That's why I use his plugin, Cengiz-Pz, and let's download it. So we have downloaded and we need to install it. Let's install. Click OK, and that's it. Okay, and it's the latest one. Okay, it's the 5.1 version. Okay, for the latest Godot version. And if you have installed it, it will show like this. Yeah, add-ons project will be added, and then here you can see Admob plugin. And next, let's go to our project settings, and here I will add a plugins. Go to plugins, and here the version is 5.1. you just click on enable, and that's it. Close it. And after that, our plugin has been enabled. Let's go to the 2D view here, and okay, not 2D view, let's go to scripts. So this is our main script, and first of all, let me click on this main node here, and let me add what do I call it, let me add Admob node. Okay, ADMOB Admob node. Just click on create, and I've created the Admob node here. And next, after I've created Admob node, you might want to go to the demo of this Admob node that has been used. So I've already opened this demo page, okay, from the GitHub. So let me show you. So let me go back to the Google, and here I've opened the GitHub repository for the Admob node. and let me just click on the demo here, and in the main.gd, let me go to the main.gd. So this guy has implemented everything about the Admob, so we just have to copy and paste some of the codes. First of all, we might need to add our Admob node in our script, so let's go back here and let's add the Admob node in our script like this, and that's good. Okay, and after that, what do we want? Okay, let's click on the Admob node and let's add some of the debug IDs. Okay, so let me add some debug ID, and we also actually need to add our real app ID that for which we created that consent screen. Okay, we need to add that one also. So let's get some of the debug application ID and interstitial ID, add ID for our project. So for that, let me go back to the Google, and after that let me go to where here, not here, okay, here. So I've got the sample Admob ID here. Okay, so let me copy it. So Admob ID, this is the sample one, and if you guys want this link, I will just provide you guys in the description for the Admob app ID. So let me copy it, get back to my project, and let's add the application ID here, and be very careful while adding these IDs, it should be exactly the same. Okay, and next I will also show you the one interstitial add, whether it has been loaded or not after we have shown the consent screen. So for that, let me get some interstitial ID also. So for that, I'll just click on interstitial tab here, go downwards, and I think this is the code for the interstitial test ID. Copy it. Is it or not? Let me go downwards and check. I think it's, yeah. Go back to our project and add the interstitial ID, test ID, and next let's add our real application ID also. For that, let me go to the Google, and after that let me go to where, in our Admob account, and let me click on my test app, and let me go to the app settings, and here we can see our ID. Let me just copy it and paste it in the real add ID of application ID. Control P, paste. Great. So we have added our real application ID, our debug application ID, and our debug interstitial test ID also. Add unit test ID, save it, and that's good. And after that, what do we have to do? We have already dragged our Admob node inside our script. And next, let's go back to the GitHub page of that guy, and here in the demo script, we have everything here. First of all, what do we do? In the ready function, we just call the Admob initialize. Okay, so let me just copy it, Control C, get back to our code and just paste it in our ready function like this. Paste, save it. Great, save it. Yeah, is it working now? Admob interstitial test ID, we have done everything. Okay, now let me check in my phone whether it's good or not. Okay, so let me just run it once in my phone, cause sometimes it might not work, that's why. So it's building the project, and after I have added the Admob plugin, if my phone runs the app, then we are good to go, and then we will show the consent screen. Okay, now I think it's running in my phone. I will show you once again. The app is running in the phone, so it just says add consent and nothing. Close it, and now let's start writing the code for add consent. So let's get back to that demo code here, and after that we have initialized. We will get a signal called Admob initialization complete. So let's copy this function, copy it, and let's just paste it down here after the process function. So this one's the signal. We actually need to connect the signal. First of all, let me make this process underscore constant underscore status function 2. So I don't need to make it, I'll just paste it. So let me go back to the project, demo project again, and down, where is it? Here. Okay, process constant status function. So let me just copy this whole function, copy it, get back to my project, and I'll just paste it here, paste it. Okay, I pasted it, save it, and after that so we do not have this function underscore print underscore to underscore screen. So let's get that function also. Okay, if you guys don't want this function, so this is just for the debug message printing. So I will just show you the debug message printing for this tutorial, but for you guys it might not you might not want to include this function. Okay, so let me go to the demo project, go downwards, and there is the print underscore to screen function. I'll just copy it, get back to my project, and paste here. That's good, and it's want underscore label variable. So for that, let me go back to the demo project here in the GitHub, and if you look at here on the underscore label, so it's a rich text label. We need to add it ourselves in our node. So let me go back to my project, and let me just click in the main scene, and let me just add a child node called rich rich text label. Click it. So you might not want to add this label for your actual project, but for the debug purpose, for my purpose, for telling you guys about the debug, so I'll just include it. Okay, and I'll just rename it underscore label. Great, and let me just drag this underscore label node inside our script, save it, go downwards, and everything has been solved except for this one and this one. So for the debug, we are going to set the debug geography area. So for that we actually need a option button. So I will not create an option button here, but I will just pass an integer here called 1. Okay, so I'll pass an integer 1 for the geography area. So we need to set the geography area so that the debug message, I mean the consent message, will be shown. Because I am not from the EEA region, the consent message will not be shown if I don't set my area to that EEA zone. Okay, that's why I have selected 1. So if you want to know where did I got this 1 from, so I will show you. Click on the consent request parameter, and here it says the debug geography area for European economy region equals to 1. That's how I got it. Okay, so let me go back to the main GT here, and that's why I set it to 1, so that I will set my country or the location to that EEA region, so that I can see that message while debugging. Okay, and next we have another error called we don't have the function called load underscore ads. So let's get load underscore ads also. For that, let's go back to the Google and go downwards and search for load ads. Where is it? Upward. Okay, here, function load ads. Okay, let me just copy this function also, Control C, and let me go back to my project, go down here and paste it here. So we have got, what did I copy? Print screen, not this one. Delete, get back, copy the load ads, go back, paste it here. Okay, I pasted the load ads function 2, And for loading the ads, it has loaded a couple of ads. For my case, I am not using the open apps, and not banner ad also, delete it. No interest. I've only added an interested ad, so I would only like to load an interested ad only. Okay, save it, and that's it, and everything is good to go now. Yeah, save it, good to go. So let me show you the process first. What have we done? So first of all, we have initialized the admob. After we have initialized the admob, so we will get a signal called on admob initialization complete. Okay, so we haven't connected the signal, so let's connect the signal first. So let's click on the admob node here, go to the node, and here let's search for the initialization complete signal here, and let's just connect it. So if we have connected, it looks this green icon will be shown. So we have connected the initialization complete signal. So after the initialization is completed, so we will call a function called process underscore consent underscore status. Okay, where we pass the admob consent. Okay, and here this is the process consent status function that we had just copied from the demo project. And here we match the consent to some of the values. If it's unknown, then we are going to update the consent, and we are going to request a new consent parameter. And for our case, for debug purpose, we have set our geographic location to 1. That means for the EEA region, and we have added a test device hashed ID also, and other things. Yeah, if the consent is not required, then we will just load the ad and show the ad, and if the consent is required, then we will show the load consent form. First of all, we will load the consent form, and we will show the form to those users from EEA region or those type of countries. And if the consent has already been obtained, then we will just load the ad, and that's it. That's what it does. This underscore consent status process status function does. Yeah, and next these are just for printing out the messages, and this will load the ad. This function will load the ad, and we have only loaded our interstitial ad in our purpose case. And next, let's add a couple of signals, other signals also. We need to add a lot of signals. So let's go to the Google, and let's add some of other functions. So where is the process consent status? Okay, here. So downwards here we need this one, on admob consent form loaded, admob consent form failed, admob consent form dismissed, update consent form. We don't need this. Okay, these three functions, copy it. So these are all the signals. Go back, and let me just paste it down here. Okay, on admob consent loaded, if the admob consent form is loaded, we will show the admob consent form here. So let's connect these signals also. These are all the signals. So let's click on the admob node and go down here, and let's find out consent form loaded. Where is it? This one. Connect it. Connected. Yeah. So admob consent form failed. Let's admob consent form failed. This one. Double click, connect. This is also connected. And the last one, admob consent form dismissed. This one. Double click, connect. So this one is also connected. So let's also get back to that demo and some of other things here. So this one, admob consent updated, admob consent form update failed. Okay, these two functions also are the signals. Copy it, go back and paste here. Okay, let's connect these signals to, go to admob node and connect the signals. Admob info update failed. Connect. Is it connected? Yeah. And this one, admob consent info update. This one. Let's connect the signal. Okay, the signal has been connected for the consent form. Let's save it. And I think we are able to see the consent form after this. Yeah, we have connected all the signals, and after we process the consent, if the consent is unknown, consent status is unknown, so we will request a consent parameter and then it will be shown. Okay, let's see. Now let's run our project. So if I click this, so nothing will be shown because it's our PC. Yeah, let me go to 2D view first. Where is our list text level? So it's very small, so let me make it a little bit bigger, this much. Okay, and let me move it downwards here, and let me make it a little bit bigger. Okay, this will show the debug messages, all the debug messages. Save it, and let's run it in our mobile phone, and let's see if the consent message appears or not. It's building up, moving the output. Okay, it's installing in my device. And is it running? Yeah, it's running. And let me show you what has happened in my mobile phone. Open the phone screen. Okay, so once we have run our app, it will show this type of consent screen message. Okay, and if I click on the consent, and that's it, and we can see some of the debug messages here. Okay, so we can see our consent message now. Yeah, and user can click on those buttons and give you the consent to show the personalized ad. And after that, one thing you might need to include is you also need to make a button that will make that consent screen reappear when the user wants to reset their consent. Okay, that's why we want to include a button in our app that will make that consent screen reappear, because now after you have run this, the consent screen will not appear for the actual users. Okay, so for that, let's make a button that will make the consent screen reappear if they want to just change their consent. Okay, so let's click on the main here, and let's add a button, button button. Click on add. Okay, I've created a button. Let me go to inspector and write here reset consent. Okay, let me make the font size a little bit larger, 24. Great. Drag this guy down here. Okay, reset consent button. So once user press this button, we need to show that message again, and so they can just reset their consent or just modify some of their consents. Okay, and I'll just write here consent button, consent consent button. Great. Now let's add the signal. So let's go to node, and on pressed, double click connect. So when we click this consent button, we need to load that form again. Okay, load the consent form for the users. So it's actually a mandatory thing that includes in the Admob policy. So let's do that. For that, we just need to load the admob.load load underscore consent underscore form. Okay, if you just do this, then the consent form will appear again and they can modify it. Save it, and let's see. Let me again deploy this new code to my phone, and let's see if the consent form again appears or not. Okay, So right now it's I have loaded everything in the phone again. Yeah, the new project, it will act as a new project, so we can see the consent message again. But for the users, they will not be reinstalling your app again and again. They will be using it again and again by closing it, so the message will not appear. I think it's uploaded. So let's open the app from here, open the phone screen. So this is the message, and if I click on do not consent, that's it. Yeah, so I've got a reset consent button here, and if I click it, will it be able to load again? Okay, that's great. So now the user can again give the consent. Okay, manage options, something like that, change that these things. Yeah, and confirm choice, accept all, to whatever they like. So there need to be a button like this in your app too, so that they can reset their consent. And next, let's see if we can load the app ad or not. Yeah, so for that I've already included where is it? Yeah, we have already loaded not here, where is load ads? Yeah, we have already loaded the interstitial ad. Let's show one interstitial ad. So let me add a button to our screen, 2D. So let's add another button. Okay, the button, click on button, I'll just say it add bt and button, and let's connect a signal. Press signal here, connect, and here after that let's show the ad. Okay, admob dot show which ad, interstitial ad. Okay, so you might not want to show it like that. Yeah, you need to confirm if it has loaded or not, but for my case, let me just show it when I click on the button pressed. I'll wait for 5 seconds or so that everything is loaded, and that's it. Let's see. Let me just deploy the new code again to my app. Okay, it's going. Great, the build is completed, and now it's installing on the phone. Okay, great. Now let's open our phone screen from here. Open the phone screen, and we can see the consent screen. I'll just click on consent. Oh my god, where is the button? I just forgot to write something on the button. Yeah, so let's go back to our code in the 2D view, and let's write something in the button. Go to inspector, add puttu and button. Okay, let me drag this guy down here above the reset button, and let me give it a little bit of font size, 30. Great, save it. Let's redeploy our code. Okay, now it's installing. 66% complete. Okay, great. Let's get back to the phone link, and let me open my phone screen. Okay, this is what I see, and I see this screen. I'll just click on consent, and that's it. Now let's click on the add button if we show the ad, see the ad or not. Yeah, and we can see our interstitial ad, and done, and we can click on close button, and that's it, guys. Correct. And one last thing I forgot to tell you. So once you want to deploy your project, yeah, you want to produce your project, you don't want to include these two things. Yeah, so you might want to comment these two things out. Okay, in the process consent status, you don't want these two things. Okay, just comment out, and you want to include only this. Okay, in your actual produced app you have to do this. Okay, you don't have to set the debug geography location, and you don't have to add the test ID. You just have to do this admob.update_consent_info consent request parameter.new. you just have to give this. Okay, for actually deploying, but for debugging you might need to include these two codes as well. Okay, that's it guys. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe my channel, and I will see you next time in next video. Thank you guys.